This video tutorial will show you how to set up VEX Tournament Manager on a Raspberry Pi. To run Tournament Manager on a Raspberry Pi, you will need a Raspberry Pi 2 or 3 Model B, a case, a 2.5 amp power supply, a micro SD card of at least 2 GB, an HDMI cable, an Ethernet network cable, and a 1080p television or computer monitor with an HDMI input. If you are purchasing a new Raspberry Pi to use with Tournament Manager, we recommend you purchase these items together as a kit. Popular brands that can be found on Amazon are Conakit and Vilros. Double check that the kit you are purchasing includes all the required pieces. Some kits do not include a micro SD card, so you may need to order one separately. If your Raspberry Pi came as a kit, it will require some assembly. Since the Raspberry Pi is just a bare circuit board, you will need to install the heat sinks and place the Pi into the case that came with your kit according to the directions supplied with your kit. There are several different types of cases, so make sure you follow the included directions. Next, you will need to install the Tournament Manager software onto the micro SD card that you will use in your Pi. To do this, you will need to connect the micro SD card to your PC or Mac. Use the SD card slot on your PC or Mac, or else use a micro SD USB adapter. Most Raspberry Pi kits should include the adapter you need to connect the micro SD card to your computer. After the micro SD card is connected to your computer, the next step is to download Tournament Manager. Open your web browser and visit vextm.dwabtech.com. Click on the Raspberry Pi button to download the Raspberry Pi version of Tournament Manager. After the download completes, you will need to unzip the file. Take note of where you unzip the file. Next, you will need to download another software package that will be used to copy the Tournament Manager software to your micro SD card. Special software is needed. This cannot be done by copying files in Windows Explorer. Open your web browser again and search for Win32 Disk Imager. Download it from SourceForge and install it. When the installation is complete, the program should open automatically. Inside Win32 Disk Imager, click on the folder icon and find the Tournament Manager software that you unzipped earlier. Make sure you find the .img file and not the .zip file. Win32 Disk Imager should have automatically selected your micro SD card. Make sure the drive letter here corresponds to your micro SD card. Also ensure that no other SD cards or USB flash drives are connected to your computer. Now you will copy the Tournament Manager software to the micro SD card. Before doing this, make sure there is nothing important on your micro SD card. The card will be completely erased during this step. Click on the right button to copy the Tournament Manager software to the micro SD card. After the copy step is finished, click on the Verify Only button. This will double check that the Tournament Manager was copied to the micro SD card correctly. Once the verification is complete, you can remove the micro SD card from your computer. Now place the micro SD card into your Pi. If you have a Raspberry Pi 2, you will push in the card gently until it locks into the spring-loaded slot. The Raspberry Pi 3 does not have a spring-loaded slot, so just push the card in gently until it stops. Connect the HDMI cable to the Pi and to your television or monitor and turn the monitor on. Connect the Ethernet cable to the Pi and to an open Ethernet port on your network switch or router. Finally, plug in the Pi power supply and connect it to the micro USB port on the Pi. Make sure you are using a power supply made for the Raspberry Pi. Most cellular telephone chargers are not powerful enough and may cause your Pi to not work or to be unstable. As soon as you plug in power to your Pi, it will begin starting up. There is no power switch on the Pi. You may briefly see a rainbow-colored square followed shortly by the Tournament Manager logo. A short time after that, you should see the VEX Robotics logo and the network IP address of the Pi. At this point, you can start Tournament Manager on your PC or Mac. Select the Displays menu followed by Configure Remote Displays. If your Pi is connected to the same network as your PC, it should be detected automatically and show up in the list here. If you are using more than one Pi, they will all appear here. If you are using multiple Pis, use the IP address shown on the screen on the Raspberry Pi in order to know which Pi to select in Tournament Manager. Select the Pi you want to configure. Then, set the type of display you want the Pi to show. Depending on whether you select Audience, Pit, or Field Queue Display, you will need to fill in some of the other settings. The display name field is optional. If you have more than one Pi, it might be a good idea to set a display name based on where the Pi is located or what it is doing. After you have chosen the settings you want, click Save Display Settings. In a few moments, you should see the Tournament Manager screen start up on the Pi. From this point on, your Pi display is ready to go and can be used just like any other Tournament Manager display. This concludes the tutorial. If you have questions, visit the Event Partner section on vexforum.com. Good luck with your events.